Hey everyone, of course, welcome to the next edition of Forum Bites. In this episode, we have a conversation about doing business and whether it's a good idea to be doing it in your forum. So I want to be totally clear what I mean by doing business in a forum. I'm not talking about being in business together. What I mean by that is, of course, an investment, a shareholding, a partnership, which is an ongoing relationship. And as I'm sure you can already work out, that's not a good idea. Having an ongoing situation where you may have an employee and an employer or an investor or a shareholder in the same forum is a recipe for disaster. But what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about the transactional business. I'm talking about the one-off where one forum member employs another forum member to do a job. There's a beginning and an end. And is that a good idea? Now, as you know with these videos, I will never sit here and tell you what to do. I will present to you the pros. I will present to you the cons. I will present to you what other people have done to manage the situation so you have all of the information to make up your own mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present the pros and the cons, as well as ways people have managed this situation around the globe successfully. So obviously you can make your own decision. So firstly, a pro with doing business with another forum member usually comes up that I trust them and they trust me. Why wouldn't I do business with someone that I trust rather than someone I don't know? The con to that situation, of course, is what is that trust worth? What if this single transaction goes south and makes that trust now null and void and possibly destroys the trust within the forum? Is that one transaction worth possibly losing that trust? The next pro for doing business with another forum member, of course, is they know me and I know them. They know what I need. I know they're going to take care of me because they are my friend. And since we are friends, we're going to take care of each other. The con to that, of course, is sometimes what are called here in Australia is called where people expect mates rates, where you won't charge me the normal amount. I'm a friend of yours. You're going to give me a discount, aren't you? And sometimes that demand for a discount or expectation can put a strain on the relationship, which therefore obviously destroys the forum experience. The last one, of course, is I'm within a forum with people that I care about. And if I have work, I'm going to help them out by giving them that work. Why would I give my work to a complete stranger when I can help someone out who I may know needs those sales because of the conversations we have within our forum? And obviously the con to that is that what if they become reliant on those transactions? And yes, I have dealt with that one. I've dealt with a situation where a business started relying around the transactions of that one member, which obviously made it a difficult conversation when those transactions had to end. And I'm sure you can imagine what happened to the forum. Now, obviously, as you can see, there's a lot of pros and cons. Within my forum, I trust my forum implicitly. And doing business with them is something which you have to tread very lightly. Now, what do you do as you're making your decision? Now, if you decide that the cons outweigh any pros and we will never do business within your forum, that's okay. But just make sure that you have that written into your constitution, because this is normally the area where it falls down. What you decide to do within your forum is obviously your decision, but making sure you have consequences and descriptions within your constitution is critical. For people who decide that they will do business within their forum, they have a definition of what that means. In other words, if you have $100, if you have $1,000, if you have an excess of $10,000, some people have any work whatsoever must be brought to the forum's knowledge and must be given the okay by the forum. Describing what you do if you want to do business is really important, but also describing what the definition of doing business actually is, in other words, a dollar amount, is just as important. Now, I'm a firm believer in hoping for the best, but always planning for the worst. Other things for forums that have decided that doing business, small amounts of business on one-off is okay, they also work out what the consequence is if it goes south. So they don't have to manage a situation. They don't have to vote around who's the most wrong. Some forums have gone so far to say if this transaction goes south, the person who is responsible, the person who will be paying the price, perhaps leaving the forum, is the person who initiates the transaction, not necessarily the person who carries out the transaction. Some people have done the reverse, where it's a vote. Some people have done the reverse, where it's the person who does the transaction. Some people have even gone so far to say two people doing a transaction, if it affects the forum experience, they're both gone. That decision is totally up to you. There's no right or wrong answer here. The only lesson that I wanted to make sure you understand is whatever you decide, have it in your constitution, because then you have something to enforce or follow rather than trying to deal with a situation that nobody necessarily knows what they're going to do, which has a high probability of destroying your forum and destroying that trust that you spent so long trying to build. Now, as always, if anyone's got any questions whatsoever, you know what to do, just leave it in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope you know what to do by now. Just hit that bald head right now. And as always, I'll see you in the next episode.